Hello and welcome. This is Moose 2006, and today we are going to be looking at baling, and I will show both the round baling process and the square baling process and what the difference is between them. So before we start the work, let's look in the shop because they don't really explain or describe these things too well. So when you look at your balers, you have two of them. The one on your left is going to be the square baler, the big Baler 1290, that's for square bales. And the one on the right is going to be your round baler. So if you look here, there's my round baler, and over there's the square one. And then you also can see that they have these two automatic bale collectors. This one, the one that does 8 bales, the smaller one, that is for round bales. And then your large one, your 16 bale one, that is for square bales. So again, square bale, round bale, and the big one is square bale. And you can also use a trailer if you can't afford one of the automatic stackers yet. So there's your tools, and then this is a new one for silage, but I won't be getting into that in this tutorial. So round baling, I'll leave the keys on in the top left so you can see. So first I have to unfold it, like most of our implements, and then lower it, turn it on, and then you just start driving, and it'll start collecting. So both the round and the square bales will take 4,000 units of straw to make. So it'll start beeping at you, and then when it's done, it'll just stop collecting, and then I can drive it wherever I want to unload it. Since I'm on a hill, I don't really want it to roll downwards, so I'm going to unload it this way, and hopefully that'll stop it from rolling. So then I hit O, it'll open up and pop it out, and it's going to stay there. If I would have popped it out the way I was going, it would have just rolled all the way down this hill. And then if I want to keep going and get more round bales, then I just close it up and I just keep driving. So that's how you make round bales. And then to pick them up, if you don't have the automatic trailer, you can use this thing, the teleporter. And I'm going to go ahead and lift up the arm here, aim it down, and then I can open up the wrapper here and put it down and then close it. Wait, yeah, I think that's closed. Nope, there we go. That's not gonna work very well. Close it and then lift it up, and then I can put it on my trailer if I had one, or I could take it over to my straw house there behind the chickens, which I showed in my straw video. But before we do any of that, I want to show you the automatic stacker. So let me go ahead and drop this. Hope it doesn't roll too much. There we go. So that's kind of a pain. Takes a long time to one by one load them onto a trailer. So what you'll want to do as soon as you can is get the automatic stacker that looks like this. Again, this smaller one is for round bales. And I'll hook it up. And then I want to go into operating position, so I push B and that arm comes down. Now all I have to do is get the bale in those arms, and there you go. It'll load it on. You can do 8 bales like that. Then I can drive it down to where my cows are, so I can use it in my mixing feed or wherever I want to unload it. So say I want to unload it right here for the sake of this video. I hit O, and it'll start to unload all the ones you have in there. So obviously you'll want to fill this up with more than just one, but for the sake of this video, we'll just be doing 1 or 2 at a time. And then once it's down like that, it'll ask if I want to actually unload it there or if I want to abort, so I can actually drive it to where I want it. Hit O again, and there you go. I hit O, and I'm not going to finish that, but there you go. that is the round baling process. Now again, I'll show you where you can sell it before I move on to the square bales. I don't recommend selling your bales because you get barely any money for them, which again I'll show you right now. The thing you want bales for is to make your mixed feed for your cows. And I am showing the baling process with straw, but it's the exact same for hay. And I really, really recommend windrowers. It'll really speed up the process of baling. So I'll show how to sell it, and then I'll show the square bales, and the mixed feed will be a separate tutorial because there's quite a bit involved with making that. So you just drive into your house a little bit, it'll disappear, you'll get a couple $100s. Again, to me that's a waste of a bale, that's a waste of a lot of work, but I showed it just so you know how to do it. Now I don't really need that anymore, so let me jump in my white tractor again. Ooh, stutter, sorry about that. Now that's the round baling process. For square baling, you of course get the square baler. You'll need a bigger, like a tractor upgrade for this. It's a really large machine. The starting tractors can't really handle pulling it. So unfold it, turn it on, lower it, turn it on, and then just start driving. And then the nice thing about this is that when it's done making a bale, instead of having to unload it first, it'll just start making a new bale right away. And it takes 4,000 units just like the round bale, so they're the same size. So there's 4,000, and then bam, it just starts making the new one, and there is the completed one starting to come out of there. And it'll slowly just push it out on its own. But you can, if I wanted to stop right now, I could, and I think I will. So there's 2 complete bales and part of another one, but you notice they're not out yet. So I turn it off, and in the top left it says now I can unload baler. Push O, it'll push them out, and there you go, 2 square bales. So again, if you don't have an automatic, let me get to my teleporter, there you go. If you don't have an automatic stacker like that, you can use your bale spike like this to pick them up. I think what I'll do first is actually show you the automatic stacker. So I'm going to get rid of that so I can drive a little faster. And the automatic stacker works just like the round bale one. The only difference is that it can hold 16 square bales instead of 8, which is really nice. Again, I hit B to go into operating position, and I'll just drive that little ramp right over the square bale. There we go. And then I do it again. It'll make a nice little stack, and then I can drive it down to my cows or wherever I want the straw to go. So then I want to unload it, so I'll push O so it starts tilting. So it's nice, you can drive around while this does it. And again, it'll ask me if I actually want it here or if I want to move it. So I can still drive with it if I'd really like to, but I think there's a good spot right in front of that thing right there. So unload bales. And there we go. So if I had 16 there, I'd have a really, really large stack of square bales. I don't know why it keeps stuttering. I apologize. The first 40 hours of gameplay, this game ran smooth, smooth, smooth. And then for some reason, the more I play it, the more stuttery it gets, which is kind of a pain. But anyway, so now I can use the bale spike, and it'll go right in, and then I can lift it up and sell it like I just did to my round bale, or put it in my mixing wagon, which I'll show in a different tutorial. So that is the round and the square bales. I highly recommend using the square. I just think they're easier to work with. The bale spike's easy. The fact that you can put 16 on that trailer is really nice, and they both are they both consist of 4,000 units of straw or hay. So that's my recommendation, but you can obviously choose whichever one you like. And again, I showed straw, but the process with hay is the same. Windrow it, bale it, all that. So I hope that helped with the baling process and what equipment is used for the round and square bales. If this helped, please leave a like. If it did not, please leave a comment so I can clarify or make things better in my other tutorials. And a subscription would be awesome if you could do that. And have a very nice day.